Hey up, Elvis. How's it going, bud? Nice to see you, man. So I've got me phone, so I can actually flip this round. Oh, hang on. Look at that. Look at that. We've got an actual. We're almost pro, and because I can flip it round, that now means I should, after a load of adverts, be able to look at you on my second phone. We'll see. I have had this on charge all day, so it's probably gonna decide to wig out on me. Oh God. Is it going to make me watch an advert though? It's probably going to make me watch an advert just so I can look at this. All right, it's not actually letting me. It's not letting me join in with the chat. Oh dear. Every single time I do one of these, it just goes wrong. Oh, there we go. Ooh. We're in. Right, so we've got Parky's Gamers. How are you, mate? You all right, bud? This is actually quite framed one, isn't it? This is nice. You're off today, so you're watching live. Elvis, yeah. Elvis in the house. Your mission, should you choose to accept it? Yeah, well, my mission is talking about horror games, which, as you all know, I'm not the best at and I don't have much experience with. So hang on, let's hopefully, I want to put it slightly that way. Slightly that way. Bit better. No more CX rubbish games. Wow, CX is a horror story in itself, isn't it? And Private Wayno, how are you, bud? Nice to see you, Mon. Right, so yeah, talking about horror and stuff. In fact, I've just realised I'm going to have to go off camera for a second because I need to set up. Right, here's where it's mad. I need to set up a. Oh God, do I do it? How do I do it, people? Apparently, there's a way to put polls on and stuff. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Oh my God. So there is no way to put a poll on. Right, hang on. I'm going to do this. It's going to go wrong. There is no way to put a bloody poll on. I've just trialed this before. There was a button in the middle. You push the button in the middle, you can add a poll. Doesn't work now. Fantastic. Oh well, I have to do it in the comments and friggin' heck. What? Why would you do this? Bloody YouTube. I mean, if anybody knows, do put in the comments. But yeah, it just says hide live video, mute, retouch, create highlight. No, don't want to do any of that. I want to create a poll, which it won't let me do now. That's insane. It'll be okay, you're right, man. Oh dear. Right, sod it. We'll just have to, just have to put it in the comments. We'll create a poll afterwards because this just isn't working. Fantastic. Can I do it as a viewer on my other phone? Probably not. Where are we? Parky's Games has never played a Silent Hill game in his life. Bloody hell. Right. Can I do a poll as me viewing it? No, I can't. Wow, what a frigging car crash this is already, because yet again, YouTube have altered what I can do on a live stream. I mean, that's nothing new, is it? Bloody hell. Right, so the horror show to begin with is this live stream. I wanted to talk about, obviously, Resident Evil versus Silent Hill, which is the best horror franchise of all time. Everybody's got their opinions, haven't they? So we're going to go through the first 4 games. So I've managed to dig out a few facts about all of them. I've even got it in a notebook. Look at that. Look how professional I am. We've got, so the first one, Resident Evil in 1996. Believe it or not, got a score of 76% when it came out. Like people said, oh, it's good. It's now special. Then it became a cult hit. And all of a sudden they were like, oh yeah, 90%. Yeah, best game ever. We never said 76%, but it actually, it did. It received a low score when it first came out. It was originally, when it was first made in 1992, going to be a top-down RPG horror style game on the Super Nintendo, but it just didn't get made. So then they moved on to the PS1, and it was going to be a third-person shooter, which eventually became Resident Evil 7, because they'd always got that idea in the back of the brains that they wanted it to be a first-person shooter horror, which is, again, why Resident Evil 7 came about. But they settled on a third-person action puzzle game, which happened to have horror elements in it, which is the Resident Evil we know and love. So that one, or they then redid it with the weird music and lots of other bits as the director's cut. So lovely, we've got Resident Evil there. The second game in the franchise was, well, in fact, we'll have a quick look at the chats to see if anybody's got anything to say about Resident Evil. Resident Evil, first three only. Okay. Resident Evil, yes, I agree, the first three. Wow, we have a controversial take on that. So Resident Evil 2 was the next one, 1998. Scored 89%, so it wiped the floor with the first one. And I must admit, I liked the first one. It was all right. I agree with the 76% scoring, in all honesty. But Resident Evil 2, that is peak for me. That was out of the original games the best one, I would say. I think I only ever completed Leon's storyline, but that was enough for me. I thought it was fantastic, and I really don't like tank control games, so strange that I got that far in it. It was first conceived as what we now know as Resident Evil 1.5, which is awful if you've ever seen it. And it was cancelled, even though it was 3/4 complete, because Shinji Mikami said it was inadequate. So, yeah, lots of things are inadequate in this household, especially the YouTube polling. But yeah, so it got cancelled, even though it was 3/4 complete. And there is also, which I didn't know, something called a game.com, which is a weird handheld sort of gaming system, almost like a sort of like Game Boy, but it's like sideways on. And they ported it to that, but it's like a 2.5D version. It's not 3D. It's like a weird port of it. So yeah, it's the only one that's got its own weird port, unless you count the Resident Evil Gaiden and all that, which to me is its own thing. Let's have a quick look at the chat, see if anybody's got anything about that. Tank controls are the best controls, much more accurate. Not for me, I hated them. Can you imagine if they had that digital ID in them days? We wouldn't have played any of these. It's true, isn't it? Like the only people that were playing horror games back in the day were kids, which is why now I've got no faith in, not a horror game, but in GTA 6 being any good. So it'll just be kids that'll be on it. So same as why I don't like playing GTA 5 online. Stream is the right way around, mate. Yeah, it's because I've turned the camera around, which is why I'm reading all the comments on here. Because yet again, YouTube, if I try and do it where I can see myself in there, mirror the image. So it's not the cameras, well, not the camera on the phone. YouTube just take whatever image they get and go, no, we'll flip this round. He doesn't want to have it looking right. I could play Resident Evil 2 all the way through without saving. Got an A rank. Bloody hell, mate. Fair play. And I even played it 6 times in a row to unlock the rocket launcher. And 8 flies and tofu player. 8 flies? Is that the hunk character, I'm guessing? But yeah, tofu. Never got that far. 8 fits? Oh, 8 fits. Okay. Got you. GTA 5 online is full of videos. Yeah, this is it. It's why people keep... I did that little short recently where I was saying about I'm not looking forward to any new games at all. And people just go, what about GTA 6? It's like, have you played GTA 5 recently? No, I'm not looking forward to it in the slightest. Bloody hell. Yeah, there's a lot of younger people that couldn't understand why I don't look forward to modern games. Because of you. Oh, dear. Let me know. Red Dead 2 online is a mess with modders. Yeah, again, I don't play anything online anymore. I was talking to Yorkie about it earlier, actually, in that I don't like playing with I'll play, like, if it's a couch co-op game, I'll play that. Or even if it's an online co-op game, I can't play anything with other people, especially people I don't know, online, because it's just chaos. I blooming hate it, which is why I like all these older original games. Right, move on to Resident Evil 3, because we are already slipping off the narrative of what we're meant to be talking about. So Resident Evil 3, bear in mind Resident Evil 2 got an 89% score. Resident Evil 3 got a 91% score. So they voted it as better than Resi 2, which I don't believe, in all honesty. It's better than 1. I don't think it's as good as 2. That came out in 1999. This one was the first one that was just basically action focused, rather than going down the survival horror route. A lot of it was just run, 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 fight, 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 which didn't work for me personally. Maybe did for you, not for me. It was the first one to include a dodge mechanic, which again laid into the action, fast-paced nature of the game. First game to have proper branching choices that affect the outcome of the game. Like the other one had, I think, had different endings, didn't it? But this one was the first one where the choices that you made affected what happened within the game. And the Nemesis, which I didn't know, is based on the T-1000 from Terminator 2. So yeah, as you can see, it cost me £10. £10 for a copy of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the PS1. Yeah, not my favourite one, that one, in all honesty. And to me, it's where the series started to slip. Like the peak for me was 2 of the original games. The peak was 2, and by 3, I'd already given up not wanting to play them anymore. I just thought, well, what's the point? And then 4 came out, and I was like, yeah, definitely we don't want to play them anymore. Right, have a quick check of the thingy. Where are we? Sniper Elite Online is worse. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything like that. I remember where you had to get to a police station without picking anything up to see Zombie Brad and getting the key off him. Yeah, man. Yeah, I also remember, like, to begin with, when I first started playing Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2, I'd try and shoot everything dead, or at least with Resident Evil, the first things I came across, I couldn't cope. I'd run past the dogs, but everything else I had to shoot dead. I couldn't leave it alive, even though it's already dead, technically. Resident Evil 2, you knacked, didn't you? You dropped straight into a group of police officers, and I was like, well, what am I meant to do here? And Resident Evil 2 taught me the survival horror mechanics of avoid them, just run round them. They're slow and they're cumbersome, and if you take a bite, it doesn't matter. It's one bite, push them away, just keep running. So yeah, I learned how to get through hordes of zombies thanks to Resi 2. Right, where are we? Is there anyone on Red Dead 2 online? Yes, good question. Done that on Res. Yeah, hated the dogs in the game. Well, I've always had a soft spot for dogs, so when they burst through the windows, it didn't really faze me. It's just things that want to rip my face off that are human. That scares me. So yeah. But Resi 3, I don't know, just didn't tickle me pickle. And now, instead of talking about Resident Evil 4, we will talk about Resident Evil Code Veronica on the Dreamcast, which is, to me, Resident Evil 4. That's the true one, because it's the last of what I would consider to be the official Resident Evil titles. I don't think Resi 4 is a Resident Evil game. I think that is the last one. And we'll talk about it because it was the first game that was developed exclusively for the Dreamcast. Like, I could pick out a copy for you here. So on everything that it got a port to, it was called Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And that's because it was the extra edition, the premium one. Because originally it was meant to be a Dreamcast exclusive, and then the Dreamcast flopped. And then they went, wow, we need to make money here, so we'll put it onto everything else. And it was actually it was actually made at the same time as Resident Evil 3. So Resi 3 was meant to be for the PlayStation, and Resident Evil Veronica was meant to be for Dreamcast, and then they did a little bit of swippy swappy afterwards. I think like 2 and 3 got released on the Dreamcast, and neither of them did too well. Although there were good games on the Dreamcast as well. So yeah, it actually takes place as well at the same time as Resident Evil 3 rather. Both the stories are exactly the same time. And Veronica is the first one that was fully 3D. It didn't have static backgrounds. They just had 3D characters moving on. Everything in it was 3D. So it was the first one that was fully 3D. So that is the Resident Evil, the first 4 games. Obviously, there's a lot more than that, and it's had a lot of ups and downs. But I think the reason why I picked the first 4 games is I would consider them the peak of the horror franchise. Obviously, I've got something to say about Resident Evil 7, because anybody who's watched the channel for a long time will know. But I think it's only fair to judge the first 4 games, especially if you've played some of the later Silent Hill ones that are abysmal. Right, we will have a quick catch up on the chat. Where are we at? Hated the dogs. Remember the liquor in the hall on the ceiling? Yeah, right. On the original Resident Evil 2, so on the remake, I've seen that my missus played it, and if you're really, really quiet, the lickers ignore you. on the original one, I'm sure they just come for you no matter what. Am I wrong in that? Or was that just because I ran everywhere and didn't sneak? I don't know. But yeah, I remember it. I remember it scuttling past the window, and you're like, "Oh God, what's that?" And then the first time you see this drooling thing on the ceiling, I was like, "Oh God." Right. Zombie Forest Speyer? Zombie Forest Speyer? I'm confused on that one. Zombie Forest Speyer. A little bit more explanation on that, please. Is that somebody who went round chopping the testicles off zombie dogs? I don't know. What do I make of Resident Evil 5 and 6? So, on that note, didn't like 4. 5 and 6 I thought were horrendous. Absolute dribble. Like, people said that 6 was terrible. I think 5 is just as bad. I can't play it even now. Hate it. So, yeah, it's why I waited so long to play Resident Evil 7, because 3, I went, it's all right, whatever. 4, I didn't like at all. Never got very far in it. 5 and 6 literally both went into my machine. I tried about an hour of them, and I went, nope, and never came back to them again. So 5 and 6, really not for me. You bought a Dreamcast to play Code Veronica. Oh, mate, well done. And nice to see you again, Bliff. I'll just call you Bliff from now on. Spliffing Brit, or Bliff, we'll call you. Yeah, well, I actually got a Dreamcast for £20 from a bloke round the back of Tesco's when I worked there, because he wanted me to swap the Dreamcast and all of his games for some spliffs. So that was good. It's got like 20 quid in weed for a Sega Dreamcast with about 20 games, and all of them were really cool. And then I got rid of that when I had to get rid of all my consoles. So that was nice. What goes around comes around. You had Veronica on the PS2. Yeah, that's it. Went into Code Veronica in the mindset of conserving ammo, and no lie, when I finished it, I had enough for an army. Yeah, that was, I would say, one of the fallbacks of Resident Evil 3 was where they started to just they ditched the survival horror bit, and it was more just an action game. So I don't know. The lockers leave you. Lockers? Oh, the lickers. Lockers leave you alone. There's humanoid lockers, just these giant metallic things with arms and legs that chase you. But no, the lickers leave you alone if you don't make any noise in the OG game. Ah, well, again, it's just I never used to walk anywhere. I'd run everywhere, so that'll be why. Forest is crow food on Resi 1. Forest is crow food? Oh, is Forest Speyer the dude that's getting eaten alive by crows? Ah, there we go. Blummin' heck. I didn't pay attention to any of the names, to be fair. Forrest Speyer was one of the Bravo team killed by crows. I think it was director's cut. He was faster than Usain Bolt. Oh, bless him. He's not the one that goes, ow, while his blood just pumping out of him, is he? That's the other one. Oh, dear. Resi 7, I can't get out of the house. You can't get out of the house? Oh, mate, So, we will touch on Resident Evil 7 afterwards, because I didn't want to include any of the later games. I just wanted to be a fair comparison. To me, Resident Evil, they've all had ups and downs. Resident Evil, I don't count remakes. Resident Evil, to me, was the better overall one, if you include the entire series. I think Silent Hill and Resident Evil on the first 4 games are fairly equally matched. Right, remember Barry in Resident Evil 1? Barry, who's my friend too, don't you know? Right, we will have a look now at that's like telling Jill to go down a hole, and yeah, you go down there. I swear I'm not evil, Jill. They've got my family. Okay, whatever, Barry. I never. There should be a Barry game where he's just a horrible git, and it's all a lie, and he was controlling Wesker. I'd love that one. So the original Silent Hill actually came out at the same time as Resident Evil 3. Came out in 1999. In my head, they both released at roughly the same time. No. Silent Hill was riding the coattails of Resident Evil 2 and came out at the same time as 3, roughly. But whereas Resident Evil scored 76%, Silent Hill scored 86%. So technically, it was better than Resident Evil, according to reviewers. The main character in that was Harry Mason as well, just because the characters change on every game. Whereas with the Resident Evil ones, it tends to keep the same characters in and out. With this, they only have technically the lead character once in every game. So Harry Mason was the main one of this, and he was designed to be a normal person, to have no military training whatsoever, which is why he wasn't very good with a gun, wasn't very good with a blooming baseball bat, he wasn't good at anything. He was me and you stuck in a nightmare reality. So I quite like the fact that that's how they designed him to be. They didn't want this all action bloody alpha squad going in. Yeah, cool, I can fire a rocket launcher. They wanted a bloke that if you put a pistol in his hands would be going, what the hell am I doing with this? Oh my god, this thing's chasing me. So I like that. I like the fact that it came across within the game. Also within the game, the fog and the darkness was used to hide the PS1's limits. I think that's fairly famous. Everybody knows about it. But I think it added to it. I loved the fact that you could only see like just in front of your face, and then you just see a bat creature coming out towards you. Brilliant. And also another reason why I probably like it is because it was based on the film Jacob's Ladder, which if you've never seen it, great Tim Robbins film, horrifying as well. It's meant to have a happy ending. I thought the ending was, ugh. God, if the happy ending is that, well, I can't give it away. If that's the happy ending, I don't want to be happy. So also based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft, a huge inspiration, and he, even though he had some questionable ideas, he wrote some really, really cool stories. So yeah, H.P. Lovecraft, great. And also, it was based in a place in Pennsylvania, which I didn't know about, called Centralia, I don't know, where it was a town ravaged by fire, just absolutely destroyed everything, including all the people there, and just had lots and lots of legend around it. So that became the initial story, or the initial idea behind Silent Hill. So yeah, I loved that. So yeah, for me, Silent Hill gets the nod, even though it came out 3 years afterwards, gets the nod over the original Resident Evil. But I don't know, we'll leave that up to the chat, which we will go to now. Right, where are we? What is this? Yeah, it's blood. It's ketchup, Barry, you fat kid. I hated the frog killers in Resident Evil. Frog killer, is that the, what they called? The hunters? If it's the hunters, yeah. Literally, I never completed Resident Evil 1, because when that first hunter, you could see from his viewpoint just barreling in at you. When that came up at me, bear in mind, I first played it on the Sega Saturn, and when that happened, I just went, nope, turned it off. Never played it again since. So that's as far as I got, was the first hunter. Oh dear. So yeah, it did scare the life out of me. I hope it's not Chris's blood. Oh dear. Oh, God, I'm still nursing a bit of a cold, by the way. Sorry if I'm coughing and wheezing. Yeah, I'll just sit here staring at this blood. Yeah, yeah, you go out and you fight it, Jill. Oh dear. Oops, we went off there for a second. Oh, did I? Oh, bloody hell. Fantastic. Probably somebody doing something online and it's knackering this up. The zombies got him. Yeah. There's a few documentaries on YouTube about Centralia. Ooh, a dump fire caught an underground coal vein that still burns today. Bloody hell, so it's still on fire now. Oh my God, that is horrendous, isn't it? Christ. Well, there's a bit of extra knowledge that I didn't know. You can tell I did a lot of research for this. I literally did 5 minutes of Google AI research. Right, we'll go on to Silent Hill 2, which I'm going to ruin one of my future points, is my favourite game in the franchise. I don't see how you can beat it. It's the only one. Well, I completed Silent Hill with cheats because I just wasn't a good gamer back then. I'm still not a good gamer now. Silent Hill 2 is the only one I've actually stuck at and completed using my own gaming ability, even though it took me blooming forever. And that was only thanks to people telling me that if you get rid of all your bullets and all your weapons. Oh no, Silent Hill 1 is the one you get rid of all your bullets and weapons, and the last boss just flops down dead. But yeah, Silent Hill 2, I did manage to complete using my own skill, which took me forever. I'm not a good gamer. So Silent Hill 2, fantastic one. So it was 2001 it came out. So it came out after Code Veronica. So that's why it's none of this is really a fair comparison like Resident Evil 2 to Silent Hill 2. But I just think the first 4 games in both franchises are comparable. Silent Hill 2 scored 89% when it came out, so bang on the same as Resident Evil 2 in 2001. Main character for that one was James Sunderland. The other names they were working with was Eric Newcastle and Brian Middlesbrough. No, obviously not. just a geography joke there to lighten the mood. It is often named as the best game of all time, not in the best games. It is called the best game of all time on quite a few lists. I wouldn't agree with that. We will talk about the best game of all time in this horror video in the future, but I don't think it's Silent Hill 2. I think it is up there, though, definitely. It was born from limitations of the first game, so they didn't want a Silent Hill 2. Literally, they went like, Silent Hill, we're done. Then, obviously, it created a lot of money, so Konami put pressure on them, and they said, like, well, only if we can do what we really wanted to do with the first game, which is how Silent Hill 2 came about. They're like, yeah. Chuck as much money as it you want. It's going to be on the PS2 as well, so better hardware. Not fill your boots. Make us a killer game. And blimey hell, they did. And it was a lot of it apparently was based on right. I'm not a literary. Is that the word? I don't like books. I can't do the readings. So there's a guy called Dostoevsky. I think his first name is, what was it? Fyodor. Hold the door. Hodor Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky wrote a book called Crime and Punishment. And I was like, right, that doesn't sound like a horror game, but it's about a guy who's living with I think he's got a female accountant or a landlady or something who is manipulating him for money, and he figures out that his life would be better if she was dead. So he kills her, and then it's about his horrific dreams and his visions based on his guilt, which, if you've played Silent Hill 2, makes sense. It's all his guilt and what it conjures in his mind, his nightmares. So yeah, it might be something I actually do probably want to read now, thanks to Silent Hill 2 and doing a bit of research on it. So yeah, that's that. But I never knew that. I just thought I think it's still based on things like Jacob's Ladder and all that sort of guff. But I think, that when you talk about the guilt of the main character with regards to the death of a woman, definitely makes you go, okay, I see where you come from. Right, where did we get to? Oh, blimey, me. Cough. Right, watched a few documentaries. The town was demolished. I think only 2 people live there. Jeez, why would anybody want to live there? Does one of them have like a giant pyramid dome on his head? Bloody hell. The other one's a 4-legged nurse. Right, curveball. I offer Alone in the Dark, Silent Hill 1. I enjoyed. So Alone in the Dark was in the voting. Nobody voted for it. Didn't even make it past the first round, I don't think, which is a shame because Alone in the Dark was good. But yeah, no, didn't make it to the finals. I didn't even make it anyway. Yeah, didn't make it out of the first round, which I think was 32 games. Where are we? Just picked up Res 1 and 2. Resident Evil, I take you mean, not Res, the fly-in music game. No, Resident Evil 1 and 2 and Nemesis for the PS1. All mint, very happy. Well done, mate. Yeah, cracking games. Evil Within, I enjoyed more. Yes. So Evil Within, I haven't got very far in it, mainly because of the same thing what I said about Resident Evil, where when I got to the Hunters, I just quit. The Evil Within, I got, I think, you escape. Can I say it? You escape the first section and you get in an ambulance, and then it goes really, really weird, and then there's a horrible bit after that. And I went, I can't cope with this. And I've watched videos of it online, and it's horrifying. But to me, it looks like a fantastic game. And I've heard Evil Within 2, even though I've got it, I've still not played it because I thought it'd make me sore myself. Evil Within 2 looks even better. It looks more playable, if that makes sense. It looks like it's something that I might be able to handle. But I can't do it until I've at least given the first game a fair shake of the stick. But bloody hell, horrifying game, really, really horrifying. Shame they didn't do a third one, or it would have been in the franchise, because I can't count 2 games. And 3 and above I call a franchise. Original Clock Tower, the Scissor Man, yeah, horrifying again, not nice. Sold your PS1 Resident Evil games, Mint 2 and Parasite Eve 2. Parasite Eve 2, again, that made it into the competition. Didn't do very well. I don't think it had... Number one, Parasite Eve didn't get a European release, so a lot of us never got to play it. Parasite Eve 2 was cool, and then the third one, I think it was locked to the PSP, so shame. Yeah, oh yeah, don't worry, mate. I knew it was clocked there, don't worry. Even within on the PC, I used mods online, so I played in God mode. Scary PS1 game, horror game, Moses, Prince of Egypt. I've never even heard of that one, mate, to be fair. Something going around, mate, a raw coffee. Yeah, mate, I've been ill for a month. I'm not even joking. You will see a lot of pickup videos, probably November time, and it's just me rancid. Absolutely, like, I have to keep splicing out bits from coughing my lungs up. I've been horrendous for a month now. But I'm on the mend, hopefully. How's the ceiling going, by the way? Yeah, all fixed. Just need to pop some wallpaper up, and then I'm putting some planks up to make it so I can actually walk inside of it and put stuff inside of it. Yeah, all good. Aliens Dark Descent is the scariest game I was able to complete. I poop, or mate, I couldn't get very far in it at all. I think you told me if you can get through the first 2 missions, you're all right. I couldn't. It's horrifying in that it's scary, but it's pressure. It's just non-stop pressure, and I couldn't hack it. So God knows what I'm going to do on Friday. I've got Tormented Souls, which I'm probably going to play live on Friday. If not, I'm going to play a horror game called Carrion, which I think I should be able to manage, or at least play an hour of. It looks like The Thing. I'm like, oh God. Yeah, I'm not good with horror. The guy with the chainsaw, you think, got rid of him, he's on the next level. You're joking. Oh, no. I think you have to, like, sculpt past him, don't you? And then you're running away down a corridor, and then you're sliding down something, and it was just non-stop. Like, my heart was going a mile a minute, and I can't hack horror games for that reason. I'm going to ignore Yorkie's next comment, because that links into this video, mate. Had all the big hitters in the old days and got rid of them. Yeah, well, this is why I've decided to get back on them again. And again, Elvis, I'm going to ignore your comment because that comes into it later as well. Right, so on that note, we will move forward slightly. We're going to Silent Hill 3. Came out in 2003. And rather than holding that up, I should hold up the more superior version, the better version of it, which was the HD collection, where the Silent Hill signpost was written in Comic Sans. So yeah, that was Silent Hill 2 and 3. I'll be honest, I don't mind playing it. If you're on a budget, it's not a bad way to play Silent Hill 2 and 3, but just play the original ones if you can. So yeah, it scored 85%, which is odd for me because I'm torn between whether I like Silent Hill 2 or 3 the best. I mean, I voted for 2 because everybody says you should. I thought 3 was blooming good as well, and I couldn't complete it. Which is odd because it brings me to this point, is that it was criticised for its easiness. I found it harder than 2. So yeah, criticised for its easiness and its lack of originality because they made another survival horror game in the Silent Hill universe. Yeah, it's like when you buy a blooming, I don't know, a Lost Profits CD and they still say the same. No, but you know what I mean? If you're in a franchise and somebody makes something the same, you expect that. If they make another Fast and Furious film and it's not about people power sliding cars around corners and it's actually like a heartwarming romantic story about a man dying of leukemia, I would go, this is not what I want. I want that. I want Silent Hill. So yeah, odd reason to criticize it and to knock it down score-wise. Bizarrely though, it was originally an on-rail shooter, like House of the Dead, that sort of thing. So Silent Hill 3 was originally just going to be an on-rail shooter, and they went, no, we'll make a proper game. Heather Mason as well, the main character, obviously Harry Mason's daughter, has been in both of the films as a little girl and as a grown-up. She was in Silent Hill 1, obviously, and in the remake, or rather, she's in the remake of Silent Hill 1 called Shattered Memories. It's meant to be like a re-envisioning of the first story. But also she was in Dead by Daylight, which I didn't know. So she's been in quite a few games, Heather Mason, more than any of the others anyway. So yeah, really, really good. We will move on to, quickly before we get back into the chat, Silent Hill 4, The Room, which you can see there. I got on the original Xbox. Probably not the best way to play it, thanks to only having one analog stick on the original Xbox. But I'll be honest with you, I'm going to level. Like, I hated The Room. Hated it. I couldn't get into it at all. If you love it, fair play to you. To me, not very good. It got 76%, which I think is probably 75% too much. I'm sure there's people out there that really, really do like it. And here's the thing. Silent Hill 4 got criticised for changing the formula. So whereas they criticised Silent Hill 3 for doing the same thing, they went, oh, we'll listen to you then. We'll change it all about. And they went, this is terrible. This isn't a Silent Hill game. So can't win. Can't win. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. First game as well, not set in Silent Hill. So again, because I didn't get into it, I didn't know that. I thought the one not set in Silent Hill was that Silent Hill F, is it? The new one that's just come out, set in like Japan somewhere. But no, that was actually the first one not set in Silent Hill. It was set in a place called Ashfield, which is a bit on the nose, isn't it? A field made of ash when you're playing Silent Hill games. But it was developed at the same time as Silent Hill 3 because they wanted, rather ironically, they wanted a Silent Hill game. So they're like, well, we'll make this on-rail shooter, Silent Hill 3, which then turned into a proper game, and we'll make a proper Silent Hill game like Silent Hill 2, which was Silent Hill 4, which is bizarre. So yeah, God, perhaps if they did them the other way round, perhaps they'd have got different scores. I don't know. But Silent Hill 4, not for me. Not very good. Main character called Henry Townsend, who never appears in anything ever again. Probably a reason for that. So yeah, that is the first 4 games of both franchises, which I think is a fair comparison. Knocked up. So let's move on to that. Silent Hill, that's another going up and up in price even more now. The new one's being released on new consoles. Yeah, they're redoing Silent Hill now, aren't they? From what I understand. Don't know. I've still not played the Silent Hill 2 remake because I don't get it. It's like Silent Hill 2 was a great game. It doesn't need to be. I understand when they made Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 and they put modern controls in them and blah 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 blah. I get that. I think they're working on Resident Evil 0 now, aren't they? I'm putting modern controls on it. I get that. When all you're doing is polishing a game up and the game's not a turd, the game is a masterpiece, I don't get it. My missus is currently playing Oblivion, the remastered version. I'd rather play the original. I genuinely don't understand it, but yeah, whatever. I'm just grumbling now, and right. Any thoughts on Saw? Oh, so I've got the first 2 Saw. Well, I think there's only 2 of the Saw games on the 360. The first one, it was all right. Yeah, again, I'd put that like a 70%, maybe 75% sort of score on that game. I thought it was all right. I didn't get very far on it because I was only playing an hour of it to do my little mini reviews. I don't think it made my wall because of Saw 2. Saw 2 was an abomination, a horrible game. So sadly, yeah, Saw 2 ruined that for me. Probably ruined it for everybody because they didn't make any more after that, did they? Saw was a bilge. There we go. Never played Saw. 2 of them. Yeah, there was. Yeah. Tried for about 10 minutes. Never again. Wasted disc in case. Yeah. No need for a remake. Really rather play the original version. I like the thing. Yeah, the thing was class. So, yeah, Saw was odd. So the first one, I didn't mind it. It's all right, playable. As you say, like a bit of a waste of a franchise, really. Second one, good God, what did they do? So I wanted to talk about some outliers from it. I've already said that Silent Hill 2, the original one, is my favourite Silent Hill game. My favourite Resident Evil game, this is a true horror, is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. And it's a horror because it's got a reprinted cover from CEX. Thanks, CEX. But it is the gold edition. It's got all the DLC on and everything. And I bought that version of it because you guys saw me play the one in VR. So I'd not played a Resident Evil game since Resi 4, which I gave up on because I hated it. Not played one until this. I skipped 5 and 6. And then people in the other horror video I did, was it last year, said, like, you need to play 7, you need to play 7. So I gave it a go in VR. I fully expected to hate everybody that told me to do it. Literally one of the best games of all time. One of the best. I would probably put that above Silent Hill 2. It is peak for me. It's still not the best game of all time and not even the best horror game, which I'm crowbarring one into the best horror game of all time. Again, you will see. But that to me is a fantastic game. Absolutely brilliant. And I can't believe I slept on it for so long. Don't like Resident Evil 8. People asked me to play it. I gave it a go. Really didn't like it. I thought they cartoonified everything and ruined the world of Resident Evil, which is why I'm not excited for Resident Evil 9, just to answer a lot of people who watched that short, whereas I'm not looking forward to new games. Really not looking forward to Resident Evil 9, even though it's made by the people that made Resident Evil 7, because they said, oh, well, we're going to tie all the storylines up. Yeah, great. That'll be brilliant. Tie all the storylines up that I don't like, because I went back and gave Resident Evil 5 a go and gave Resident Evil 6 a go. Hated them both. I don't want anything to do with either of them ever again. So I don't want to play number 9 for that. Oh, hang on. The dog wants to go out. Do you want to go out? No, you don't want to go out. You just want to be a pain in the bum. So yeah, those are my favourite. My Silent Hill 2, favourite Silent Hill game. Resident Evil 7, favourite Resident Evil game. And we'll go to... I'm going to go to the comments after this, because I'm going to get hate for this. Some surprising games that are in the franchise that don't get enough love. And there we go. So people are going to go, what? They're terrible. Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles, and Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles for the Wii. Blooming good games. What I think they got like 7, 8 out of 10, something like that on both of them. So like 70 to 80% scores. They're on-rail shooters, which I get, but that's what I love. So they're great games. They're House of the Dead in the Resident Evil universe. What's not to like? Fantastic games. So they need a little bit more love, I would say. And one that people hate in the Silent Hill universe that I think needs more love, and I get why it's hated, because it's nothing like Silent Hill. Silent Hill Book of Memories on the Vita, which it's not as bad as people say it is. It's just like Diablo, but Silent Hill. So yeah, I like that one. I don't get why people slate it so much. It's not a great game, you know. Again, it's probably a 7 out of 10. There's worse out there, blooming heck. The worst games. So I've written down here for the Resident Evil franchise. I can't pick between 5 and 6, and I'm talking mainline. I'm not going to go off piste with the like Book of Memories and the light gun games for Resident Evil. Mainline 5 or 6, both as bad as each other, both franchise killers for me, even though 4 killed the franchise. If I'd have played 5 or 6, there is no way you would have got me to play 7. I'd have just said, like, you can sod off. After playing 5 and 6, shockingly bad, and I didn't understand why anybody liked them at all. For Silent Hill, Downpour or Homecoming, both as bad as each other, both franchise killers, both awful games. I'm not surprised that they didn't make any more games after that until the Silent Hill 2 remake. Well, I think if you class, what was it? What was the short one that they made? They made a short one, and I'm not talking about playable teaser or it is PT. I'm talking about this short one that they made for the PS4. It was free, and it's meant to be terrible. I've got it. I've never played it, but anyway, yeah. So we will, after this, have to put up a post and have people vote for whichever one they think is the best. I did want it to be a live one, but thanks, YouTube. We'll go to the chat, and after that, I've got some more chat about horror games. So we like the thing. Yeah, there we got to. They have made a new shooting Resident Evil arcade machine. Looks good. I think it's based on number 2. Cool. Yeah, I like them. I really do like those sort of shooty games. Thought CX ain't allowed to send reprinted copies out. And, rather ironically, that one was posted to me. That was an online purchase that they sent out with a fake cover, and I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to accept this. It was when I'd already decided that I was never going to use Resident Evil, never going to use CEX again. And then I made the mistake of doing so and getting fake games. Video out next weekend, by the way, next Saturday, showing they haven't changed, because it's been months and months and months since I've used Resident Evil, since I've used CEX. That's it, the horror. Since I've used CEX, months and months and months, and I decided, do you know what? I'm getting enough grief on my videos. There's still people commenting now, going, you don't know what you're talking about. I buy loads from them, but I've never had an issue. And I'm thinking, is it just me? Was I unlucky multiple times? So I did it again. I traded a load of stuff in there. A bit where all your cheap PS2 games, your 1 penny trade-in games, went up to 30 pence. So I was like, These ain't going to sell on Vinted. I'll take them all in there. I got rid of some other stuff, like some PS4 games I didn't want and some Xbox One games I didn't want. Traded them all in. Ended up with a nice big voucher, and I thought I'll order a bundle of games from CEX and see what arrives. You'll see next week. It wasn't great. So, yeah. So there's a horror video to look forward to next week. That's great. God. So yeah, the reprinted label, reprinted front covers are the least of my worries on that one. Get a PC and play Alien Isolation VR. You can sod off. No, I can't play it normally. There's no chance I can play it in VR. Blooming hell. Yeah, mate, I would as well. I wouldn't be able to do that. Everyone's got different tastes. Exactly, mate. Exactly. So yeah, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, but not always, is it? Yeah. I like Resident Evil 5. You had the gold version on PS3. I couldn't stand it, mate. Genuinely couldn't stand it. Just wasn't my cup of tea. But again, if you like it, it's on you. Just not for me. Hated it. Again, I like loads. I said that Book of Memories Silent Hill game. I like that. Got panned. I think it got scores of 4 out of 10. I thought it was good. I don't know. Best thing about 6 is playing in D Park. Oh, playing in D Park. Mate, I don't know if it's just me being a bit ill. I'm struggling to understand some of these. Looking forward to CX scan video. Yes, mate. It's got a happy ending in that I get my money back. That's about it. But yeah, it's just mainly treat it as an advice video. So if you do order anything from CX online and they try and fob you off and try and scam you, just do what I did and watch them brick the knickers. So yeah, it's fantastic. Looking forward to scam video. Yeah. Replace CX with zombies, probably do a better job. I'm sure in the online picking rooms, I'm sure it's mainly run by blooming zombies, because again, I don't want to spoil the video for you, but how they could send out some of those things and just the practices within the company gets a bit of a grumble from me. Yeah, just the dodgy stuff and the way that they're destroying the games market, the retro games, secondhand games market. Yeah, not very happy about. Anyway, let's move on to some nicer stuff. So we've got some games that my missus has completed, some horror games, and I'll give you her review of them. So she's currently playing Oblivion, so not be able to give you a review herself. She completed this one, Dark, the Ultimate Edition, which is a bit Tim Burton-esque. It looks it on the front, and it is to play as well. It's like a horror puzzle game. So I watched her complete that. Looked really, really fun, to be fair. Ending was a bit... it's a short game, so ending came about a bit quick. I think that didn't ruin it for her, but just made her go, oh, okay. So yeah, that one, she completed that. She completed Still Wakes the Deep, which, if you like The Thing, as people mentioned before, if you like The Thing, imagine The Thing set on an oiling rig in the middle of the, like, what is it, the North Sea near Scotland, I think. Yeah, in the middle of the... Oh God, we've got dogs coming past now. No princess, no princess in the middle of a blooming horror film. So yeah, are you going for biscuits? Good God, I asked her for silence for an hour. She's breaking the silence to eat biscuits. Just eat the biscuits. Just grab an entire pack. Every month. Every month without fail. Good God. Right. So I'm talking about games that you've played, like Still Wakes the Deep. So yeah. If the only downside of Still Wakes the Deep is upon completing it, you become the noisiest person on the planet who can't follow a simple instruction. That's the only downside of it. But yeah, good horror game. Again, I was watching it, scared the life out of me. But same as the previous game, really short. So if you can get it cheap, play it. Don't pay full price for it. I think it was only like £20 when she got it on offer, so that's not too bad. This is a game that I bought for myself, but only for her to play because she wanted it, and so I've got a Series X, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy this for you, she can have a go. Game called The Medium. So I saw it dirt cheap, so Yeah, she wants to play it. By Bloober Team, the people that did the Silent Hill 2 remake. Yeah. Again, it's your generic cut and paste survival horror game. Mainly hiding and skulking away from the enemies, in all honesty. Storyline's a bit weak. The ending came about far too quickly yet again and made absolutely no sense. It's such a shame as well, because when it first starts out, the premise of it and what's going on, you're like, this is horrifying. This is absolutely horrifying, and it's a really good story. And then it just goes downhill fast. So, yeah, I can't really describe it. I wouldn't say give it a go, to be fair, unless someone gifts it to you or you see a copy for like 5 to 10 quid. Give that a go. So that's what my missus has completed. The ones she's been playing, the day one edition of the Callisto Protocol, she seemed to be really, really enjoying that, and then just stopped. So I don't know if it just got too samey. Darling, why did you stop playing the Callisto Protocol?
Because I'm struggling to kill one bastard.
Oh, because she was struggling to kill one enemy, so she gave up. She gave up and ate biscuits during a live stream. So, Callisto Protocol. She also gave up on Alone in the Dark, the new version. No fault of her own, just glitched out. There's a scene where she got to a bit where you've got to put a wet rag over a rope and slide down the rope. And she's got the wet rag and she's looking at the rope, and there's no option to combine the two. It's just a common glitch on it. So she said, well, I'm not starting again. I'm not going to play all the way through the blooming game again to get to this point, only for it to glitch out again. So she's like, no, I'm not. I'm done with that one. It's a shame as well, because it's quite a short game, and I've heard it's quite decent, and she was enjoying it. She started playing this one, which again, by the Bloober Team, Blair Witch. So on the PS4. Why did you stop playing Blair Witch, darling?
I forgot about the game.
She forgot? Wow. Lasting impression, she forgot there was a game of it. Do you want me to leave that out for you so you can carry on playing it? Bloody hell. Oh, my God.
Love you too.
Yes, I love you, my darling. And another Bloober Team one that I bought for her for her birthday, because she said she really, really wanted it. She liked the look of this game, liked everything about it. Kronos the New Dawn. Darling, why did you stop playing Kronos the New Dawn? Why did you stop?
I've been working, okay?
She said, like, what it was she got to the first enemy. It was quite tricky. Just went, I don't like it. Just didn't play it ever again.
I will.
So I bought that brand new, and it's just sat on her shelf taunting me. And then her son goes out and gets her Oblivion, which has got nothing to do with blooming horror. You know, she's like, I like horror games. I like horror games. Gets her Oblivion, and it's the best game ever. She can't stop playing it. And then she eats biscuits during my live stream. This is... Oh, right. Where do we get to? Because we've got one more bit of chat about the horror games, and then we might call it a day. CEX in New is burnt out. As in it's actually been burnt out? Or is that a joke about Silent Hill? Good God. My CX got a new disc resurfacer. Worked 2 weeks and broken again. Back to scratch. Well, mate, this is... Oh, I don't like it when people resurface discs if they're working. If they're scratched, but they still work, fine. Don't resurface them. I can't stand the constant resurfacing of discs, because it just ends up where they're like a knife point and you're on the data layer, and one more glitch, one more tiny scratch knackers the game. Just leave them be. Let them be scratched. And people should sell scratch games at a discount as well. They shouldn't resurface them and then go mint like new, because they're not. They're damaged. Only you can see the damage. So if you can see a scratch game and it works, have that over one that is obviously second, third, fourth, ninth hand, but looks mint, because it's probably hanging on by a thread as to whether it can work or not. Right, where are we? That's why I go in person. If the Dodger, I won't buy. Travelled to Blackburn store the other day for a game. A fellow YouTuber recommended it to me. So glad it was mint. Otherwise, I would have left it. Yeah. Again, I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance on games if they're the right price. CEX is the wrong price, but I take a chance on games knowing that just because it's scratched doesn't mean it isn't going to work. But what annoys me is that fake. On Vinted, I see fake stuff all the blooming time, and I report it, and they go, it doesn't break our community guidelines. If someone sent that to me, like if I bought a fake game and it arrived, I would be gutted. Unless it was cheap. If they're like, repro game, £2, great. That's what it costs you from AliExpress. Go and get one of them. So yeah, again, fake games falls into my blooming CEX video, so watch that next week. It's right. Where do we get to? If zombies attack CEX, just to like snack no brains. Yeah, just an aperitif, just as an entree. So this has been walking in there sniffing, going, Arr. Go next door to Greg's and just go, wow, we're going to starve today. Oh god, that reminds me of a good horror, not really a horror game, but it's got a zombie in it. I used to like Stubbs the zombie. I thought that was great. Taking the biscuit. Yeah, she is taking the biscuit. Got one in her mouth right now. He like the base, the buttery biscuit base. Yeah. Oh god, he's in trouble now, isn't he? I mean, he bought Blair Witch in a sale on the PS4 PSN sale for about £5. Still not played it yourself? Yeah, it looks good, but it's confusing from what I've seen so far, because I think she was like running away from an enemy that you can't see, as is the Blair Witch, and it's not really descriptive as to what to do. So I don't know. She might finish it, she might not. Thoughts on Red Dead Undead? I have my PS3 version. Really like it. Yeah, I thought it was fun, and it's completely different from Red Dead Redemption. So it's not a Red Dead game to me. It's just fun. It's just an action game. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, like it. Burnt out a fire. They did that in Rill. Honestly, the Rill store was completely burnt out. Apparently, had 73p worth of damage. It was, but genuinely, the Rill one burnt down as well. I'm hoping there's a vigilante going around. If it's not me, I'm here making a video. I'm hoping this CEX man actually exists and he's just out there burning down corrupt CEXs. Saw that on a vid of Facebook with CEX for blooming heck. It was £5, went down to £4 day before I bought it. Win-win. Oh, lovely. Thoughts on Alan Wake? So the original Alan Wake, I've got the remastered version as well on the PS4. Started playing it, really liked it. I really, really, really want to play it. And with PS Plus, which I am cancelling when it runs out in 38 days' time, they've just dropped this month Alan Wake 2. So not played that. I wanted to play Alan Wake to completion before playing Alan Wake 2. I've been warned, do not play Alan Wake 2. It is everything that is wrong with the games industry at the moment. So again, I'm not fussed if my PSN network, PS Plus thingy times out. Alan Wake was good though. I like that. And I even got, oh god, there was like a little DLC one. Not a DLC, it's a separate game, but it was a downloadable game only, no physical version for the Xbox 360. I can't remember what it's called. That was all right. I got that first, and then and ahed about whether I was going to like Alan Wake when I played it, and was really surprised. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, CX on fire. Donald running in for that paintball game. CX have never had that paintball game, and their price for the paintball game is quite low as well. So I think they're the only reason why eBay sellers have kept the sensible price of £150. I mean, good God, it should be a £10 game, but you know what I like, don't you? Also dropped Silent Hill 2 on PS Plus. Yeah, it's on. I was talking about that with Yorkie before, and he said it's on the premium version, isn't it? I ain't paying for the premium version. They can get knotted. Them and Xbox with the subscription services, they're everything that's wrong with gaming at the moment for me as well. So yeah, I won't be doing that. Right. So as it's spooky season, I've gone for 13. Ooh, unlucky. 13 surprisingly good horror games that people don't talk about unless you're in this chat and you mention 2 of them. So the first one, thanks Yorkie, is Kudelka. So yeah, it's class it as an RPG actually. It's sort of RPG, isn't it? It's got the turn-based fighting mechanics of an RPG, but people call it a survival horror. I don't know. It's like a horror RPG to me. Based in Wales. In the, I don't know where it's meant to be based. Just says it's in Wales, Great Britain, in 1898. The sexiest gothic horror RPG. There's nothing sexy about this. Sexiest gothic horror RPG on the PlayStation. So they call it an RPG. But yeah, great game. Really, really enjoyed my time with that. Again, not completed it yet, but I've just enjoyed what I've done with it. And I bought a copy without a manual to begin with, and I thought it was incredibly hard. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but yeah, you need a manual to play it. And it's still not easy. It's still a tricky game for me, but yeah, enjoying my time with that. Next one we're going to go on to, not many people will play this because not many people had a Dreamcast. I've just pulled this out just because I wanted to talk about my Dreamcast, and you will see this in the video next for the CEX one. Dreamcast game called Carrier. As you see from the front, it is a Resi clone. It even starts off with, it goes like Resident Evil when the title comes up. That comes up, and then a really weird voice just goes, Carrier. It's like, what are you doing? But yeah, it's a cheap knockoff of Resident Evil. But it's fun. It's all right. Again, not completed it. Just had a lot of fun with it. Terrible voice acting. Terrible plot. But it's if you like the original Resident Evil, if you like the cheese of that, Carrier is for you. Fun little game. This one scared the frickin' life out of me. I think you're meant to play it as like a 2-player thing. I don't know whether you're meant to do couch or online play. Good God. And I'm doing these sort of like in order of when they came out, roughly, like when the systems came out. This scared the absolute life out of me and reminded me of a film called The Faculty. Obscure, so, oh God, set in a school, weird, like, parasite creatures, mutant things. Like, again, if you've seen The Faculty, you'll get it. Just, you're meant to be able to trust teachers, you're meant to be able to trust your classmates. Not in that game. Horrible. There's Obscure 2 as well, which I've got for the Nintendo Wii. And even though it's on the Wii, I don't want to play it. That was enough. Obscure made me go, no, thank you. Horrible. So on a lighter version of that, I've talked about this before for the PlayStation 2, the Gregory Horror Show. That's a horror game that I can play. That's up my alleyway. And even that scares the living daylights out of me, mainly because my brain does more work than the game does. It's not horror. It's not a horror game particularly. I don't think it's got horror elements. It's more like a stealth game. You're sneaking around trying to avoid people, and you've got to find out their weaknesses and use their weaknesses against them, and then steal their souls to give to death. That's probably the horror element. Based on a cartoon, I think. But good, I liked it. People called it Resident Evil for kids. It's not, but it's just good fun. Next couple that I will go through, and again, please do chat about these in the comments. I will get to your comments in a minute. We've talked about on-rail shooters. This is one from the Dead Space franchise that I love. Dead Space Extraction. Scared the life out of me. Genuinely horrifying on-rail shooter. Probably the only Dead Space game that I can manage. We will get to that in the future of this pile. But yeah, Dead Space Extraction. Again, not much more to say about it. Just an on-rail shooter in the Dead Space universe. Great game. The Wii probably wasn't known for its horror games, to be fair. It should have been. Project Zero 2. Oh, God. Using your Wiimote as a camera, or ghosts are coming at you and you've got to wait to the last minute to take a picture of them, because the closer they get to you, the more damage you do with the camera. So it's all about timing. And oh, God, no. Like, if you like things like The Ring, which, by the way, there's a Dreamcast, Sega Saturn game of The Ring, and it's terrible. If you like things like The Ring, your Japanese horror, play any of the Project Zero games. They're just, oh God, scary as hell. I can't do it, but fantastic game. This game is a horror game I can play because it's horror adjacent, even though I think it is the most horror game in the franchise for me. Doom 3, and that's the BFG edition. I really did not expect to like that. I'm not a fan of shooters. I don't like fast-paced shooters in particular, like the Doom 2016 or so on and so forth. Doom 3, the BFG edition, quite slow-paced, really enjoyable. Really enjoyed my time with that. And it is a horror game. There are things lurking towards you. You've got to shoot them multiple times. There's also fast enemies on there. There's things that can shoot you back. It's Doom, but they've hammed it up. You can also only use your flashlight or your gun. So you're looking down corridors and then having to shoot. Great game. I think it got good reviews. It just, the people that like Doom didn't like it. So it doesn't get talked about much. To me, it's the peak of the franchise. I loved Doom 1 and Doom 2 because I was a kid when I played them, and I played them on the PC. I've played Doom again since on the PlayStation 1. It's all right. It's not bad. So it's Doom, innit? It's just a little bit different. Played 2016 because people told me to avoid Doom 3. I didn't like 2016. I will give it another go. Now I'm getting better as a gamer. I'll give it another go, but it probably won't be for me. Doom 3 though, peak, fantastic game. Now, the best game of all time, and for me, the best horror game because of the DLC on it. And yeah, we'll talk about that. The Lonesome Road is called the DLC. Is Fallout New Vegas, the Ultimate Edition. So I find the idea of nuclear war horrifying. Just the thought that at any moment we could all be wiped out is grim. So in itself, Fallout, the universe, to me is a horror. The creatures in it, especially like glowing ones, Christ. The creatures are horrifying. There's lots of H.P. Lovecraft stories tied in with the Fallout franchise. Of course, the things like silly things like aliens, which is like whatever. God, in Fallout 3, what are they called? The weird creatures that are like half human, half beast, dragging themselves along the floor. Oh, I hated coming into like tight corridors with them where they just spit gunk at you. This one, I forget the vault. There's a vault where there's these weird creatures that were people, and then plant spores infested them and turned them into like horrible plant mutants, and not nice. But the DLC, it's got some jokey stuff, like the one where they're all in like brains in tubes controlling you. It's got some jokey stuff. It's got some fairly serious ones, but the one that really got me was the Lonesome Road, where you're fighting. You're trying to find the original courier. It is one of the most horrifying experiences I've ever had in games, especially with the creatures that, would you call them? I don't know. They're not ghoul. They are sort of ghouls, aren't they? The red ones that come towards you. Oh God, I had to tap out at that. I couldn't do it. I went back to a pre-save, and I've never done that DLC. I love everything about like New Vegas. It's my favorite game of all time. I still class it as a horror. I can't complete that one bit of DLC because it just scares the living out of me. But yeah, Fallout New Vegas, you might not consider it a horror. I do, and it's just evil. Best game of all time, best horror game of all time. One that I didn't think was a horror game, and to calm me down after playing a horror game, I went, this looks good, I'll play this. Oh my God, Bendy and the Ink Machine. If you've never played it, it is. You're probably going to call me a wuss. I again kegged myself at that. Within like about 10 minutes of playing it, I went, "Oh, this seems a bit odd." I thought it was a kid's game. It looks like a kid's game. It's a 12-year-old can play this, and then it gets horrendously dark quickly and it's gruesome, and I don't like it. But I like it. I really want it recently. And oh my God, Bendy and the Ink Machine is just horrendous. But I will catch up with your chat. So I've got to get through this list. Yeah. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. If you want to watch a YouTube video on it, watch a YouTube video on it. But I consider that one of the most evil, scariest games that I've ever played, especially because I've seen the ending of it now, and I know what happens at the end, and that horrifies me more than anything. Oh God, yeah. Bending the ink machine. Staying on the Xbox One, I would have picked the Wii U version of this, but it's currently in a tub waiting to go up into the loft, and I'm not digging it out. So let's just say the Wii U version, but also the one on the Xbox One and the PS4 were the best. Zombie, so Zombie U on the Wii U. Very, very underrated horror game. So the version on the Xbox One and the PS4, great games, genuinely like 7, 8 out of 10 games. Brutal mechanic where if you get killed, you lose everything. You lose everything. And the only way to get your stuff back is to go and kill yourself in your zombie form. Fantastic. But the reason why Zombie U was even better is that on this one, when you want to look in your backpack, you just look in your backpack. On the Wii U, you had to look at your gamepad, which had all your stuff on. So you have the choice of looking at the screen or looking at your gamepad. And when all you can hear is stuff around you, and at any moment you could be attacked, you're like constantly flicking between the two, and the panic level rises up within you. Again, if you're on, say, if you're on a static machine gun and you're wanting to shoot them, you have to look at your pad. So things on screen could be attacking you. You can't tell because you're looking at your pad, just going, "Oh my God, please, please, please leave me alone." What a great game! If you haven't played it, do play it, and it's super duper cheap. I think that cost me like £6. Pick it up. Great. Yeah, another game that I didn't realise was a horror game. I probably should have done because it's made by a blooming Bloober team, and all they seem to do is horror games. I just picked it up because it had the dude out of, what's it called, Electric Sheep, Harrison Ford film. Had the dude out of that in it, and I thought, oh, it looks like a sort of tech game. It looks like a detective-y sort of game, but like a futuristic, technological version of it. It's called Observer System Redux. What is it? Rutger Hauer? Is that his name? What's the name of the Blade Runner? That's the name of the film. Yeah, so I thought like set like a Blade Runner sort of environment, which is the only reason why they got Rutger Hauer in it. Read the back; it's about a detective. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I like me detective games. Horrifying. It was bad enough just playing the game with. So I'll ruin the opening bit that your own son gets decapitated. In it's grim game, and then you have to go into people's memories. And obviously, if they're alive, that's fine, but you shouldn't go into dead people's memories. It's against the law. But he starts doing it, and that's when it gets horrifying. That's when it is just pure. Good God. Oh my God. Yeah. And you get a free PS5 upgrade, so I got it in even better graphics. Fantastic. Observer System Redux. Did not know that was a horror. I want to keep playing it. I'll be honest with you. I am finding the stealth horror games are doing well with me. So yeah, I do want to keep playing that. This one, it's just got horror elements. I'm putting this in to lighten the mood and show you that I'm not a complete wuss. I can play things that have got gruesome, grisly gore in. Diablo 4, great game. If you don't know what Diablo is, what are you doing? So yeah, just hack and slash RPG. Blooming love that. I love Diablo 3. Diablo 2 was good. Diablo was good. Diablo 4, I only picked it because it's the latest one. And to be fair, Diablo 3 is probably peak. But it's the one that people can probably still play online now and have fun with. Great game. And the final game, the one that I didn't think I was going to be adding to this list, but after playing through all my Xbox 360 games, I realised I was probably wrong, and I'm going to swear so that I'm going to shit my pants multiple times playing this. Dead Space. So last year, people saw me try and play this this very version that I got solely to play on stream, and oh my God, I was horrified. I was absolutely horrified. I was having to play it, not even joking, I was having to play it on a phone like that. I'd got my phone in front of me because the only way to stream it was through an app on my phone, because Xbox are bloody useless and they don't let you stream directly via the Xbox to YouTube. You can do it to Twitch and you can do it to something called Kick, which, let's get demonetized again, is full of paedophiles. I've found out. I don't want to do either of those things. So, I mean, I don't know if YouTube is much better. But yeah, I wanted to stream to YouTube. You can't do it. You can only do it via an app to YouTube. And to use that app, I could only do it on a tablet or a phone. So I don't have a tablet. I had to do it via my phone. Really small screen. Trying to play Dead Space. It is horrendous. I gave up. I'm going to replay it solely because I played the original Dead Space, Dead Space 2, and Dead Space 3. Dead Space, and then they both, all three of them got an hour of my time. Dead Space 3 wasn't as bad as people said it was. Dead Space 2, when I first played it, I cacked my pants. When I played it again, I cacked my pants, and it's been like a good 10, 15 years in between. So, yeah, still a horrifying game. The original Dead Space I'd never played before. I'd only ever played that version. It's still horrifying, but it gripped me. I thought, this is good. I want to play more of it. So, yeah, I'm going to try and play Dead Space, which, why do I put myself through these things? For you guys. Anyway, so let's catch up with the chat and we'll see what people think about any of these. Where did we get to? All right, VR mode, Alien Isolation, I remember that. All right, CX and Nuke is burnt down. Got Biscuit Chat. Biscuit Chat. Right, thoughts on Alan Wake. I remember that. I remember the... Right. Also, dropped something on 2 on PS Plus. That's where we got to. So I don't pay for any subscription on either PlayStation or Xbox. Exactly, mate. And I don't blame you. The only reason why I had the... I'm not trying to put pressure on Yorkie here. The only reason why I got PlayStation Plus was to play online with Yorkie when we were playing SnowRunner. That was fun. And I quickly realised why I hated PS Plus again. Because all they do is give you generic slop games and they keep you tied in with that dangling carrot of, oh, but if you cancel with us, you don't get to play the generic slop games we've let you download. Or if you wanted the better ones, you can pay us £120 a year. It's like, no, I'm fine, thank you. So, yeah, after this, I'm just going back to owning my games, which is, I should practice what I preach, and that's what I'm going to do. I mean, my throat. I am going to have to end soon. Right then. Can you class The Occupation a horror game? The Occupation. What's that, matey? I've not heard of that one. You'll have to explain it to me. Okay, everyone. Can you about just going to lock the kids in the dungeons? It's near impossible to watch the screen and run around. Right, well, thank you for joining. You'll probably watch this back later, so thank you, matey. Cheers. Doom. Yes, Doom. Quality. Alien Trilogy, the limited draw distance helps. I used to poop myself as young lad. Yes, well, Alien Trilogy or Alien Resurrection nearly made it onto my list. So both of them. Again, as a youngster, I played Alien Trilogy on the Sega Saturn, and yeah, nearly made it onto my list. Great games. Use cheats on Alien. Yeah, I got pink acid boots on God mode. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It's going at the moment could happen now. Well, we're talking about Fallout here, aren't we? Yeah, again, this is a thing where it's horrifying, isn't it? It's horrifying what's going on, especially when they say, like, well, there might be World War III, and if you're of fighting age, you will be conscripted. It's like, none of this was my decision. You've done all this, government. Thank you. Right then. Oh, God. Oh, we... Classic PS1 cheat, that is how it was. Yeah. It's almost as good as the Konami cheat, isn't it? That I think still works on some Konami games now. Oh, Soma Shotgun. How's it doing, bud? You all right, matey? Not played that New Vegas properly. Please, mate, please play it. Honestly, it's got everything I love. It's a goofy game. It's silly. It's funny, but it's also dark and horrifying. And I think as you get older, you only appreciate it more and more because of exactly what's going on in the world at the moment. You go, Jesus, this is realistic. This could happen. Like, you look into the story behind it and you go, that's now. That's people saying, sod everybody. They can die if they want. We want money. Oh, God. It's horrible. There were level cheats thrown into. Yeah, there was. Bending the Ink Machine was a child's game. Like, it goes, that's what I thought. I thought Bending the Ink Machine would be just like a Mickey Mouse platformer that I could have fun on and chill out with. I thought it might be like Cuphead. I thought it might stress me out. It's horrifying. It's for 12-year-olds. What are you 12-year-olds doing, you creepy gits? Oh my God. Horrible. Sniper Elite Zombie Trilogy is good, and Zombie Army is good too. So I was talking with that with Yorkie today. Yeah, it probably would stress me out. I'm just not good with things coming towards me and me having to deal with them. But I have heard they're good. Oh, there we go. Yorkie says he's mentioned those games to me. Get that Diablo on Xbox One. Are you on about Diablo 4, mate? Because yeah, Diablo, cracking games. Diablo is a dungeon crawler RPG. Yes, it is. Yeah, great game. Only games that legit creeped me out was the original Resident Evil, playing it as a preteen and seeing the first zombie encounter and the dogs breaking through it. I must admit, like I say, I first played it on the Sega Saturn when it came out on the Saturn. And the bit where the zombie slowly turns around to look at you, I was massive into my Romero films, and that scared the bejesus out of me. I had that imprinted in my brain every time I tried to go to sleep. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Dogs, I didn't mind so much, just the zombies. And then when I got to the first hunter, I was like, no, I can't do this. Just, ugh. Haven't played Dead Space Remake, mate. Whoa. But I have the original trilogy Xbox 360 and I love them. Yeah, I don't. I get why people didn't like Dead Space 3. I get it. Still a good game to me. It's not a bad game. Yeah, is good the right term? It's not a bad game, I would say. Dead Space 1 and 2 are really good games I'm just unable to play because they're so scary. But I want to play them. So I figured, sod it, I'm going to play the remake because I gave it a go and it made me cack my pants proper. And so I want to give it a go again. I want to toughen up and give it a proper go because it is such a good game. Bloody hell. All right. Other being Condemned Criminal Origins. Right, again, that got a shout out last year. People made me play that. Yeah, good. Number 2, not so much. First one, whoa, what a scary game. Playing it for the first time in 2006 with surround sound, you mad bugger. Yeah, I wouldn't play it with earphones on or anything. It was legit scary, mainly because it's more grounded in reality and it could happen. Yes, exactly. That's what gets me as a human now, as an adult. That's why PlayStation wins. You can stream to your YouTube on their platform. Exactly, mate. Yeah, I did a video on that. The difference between Xbox Series X and the PS5. And PS5, that was the only reason why it came out on top. Series X is a better console than the PS5, but yet, surprise, surprise, Microsoft have nerfed themselves. They shot themselves in the foot with ridiculous decisions. Game Pass being one of them. People always say, "Oh, Game Pass is actually a better deal than PlayStation Plus." It ain't. It ain't. Game Pass is not a good deal, and now, particularly not. Now they've upped all the prices. Yeah, awful, awful, awful business. The awful company, and the way that they treat the people that use their product with things like that, just going like, well, we don't want you to be on YouTube. Why? Why don't you want us to advertise your games, you morons? So yeah, PS5 won. Last comment, I think. Another classic cheat. Be aware Oblivion is at hand. What's that classic cheat for? I don't know. My classic cheat is hide the biscuits. That's my classic cheat for people who've been watching the video. Anyway, this was she just said bastard. She did the second swear of the thingy. I think that is the last comment. I think we will check again. Yes, that is the last comment. So anyway, I am going to do a poll. Please go onto the poll and yeah, you've just made it for the last comment. It's ending now, mate. It is ending. Do go back and watch it though, because we've covered a lot. And all I want now is I'm going to do an actual poll on my thing. The whole point was we were going to do a poll on this, which hasn't happened because YouTube had taken away the option on this one live stream, despite me practicing it a week ago on an unlisted video, and I could do a poll. And this time they've gone, no, you're not allowed to. Churok 2. Lol, everything unlocked. Okay. Oh, fair enough. So yeah, I'm gonna do just a physical poll. So if you're on your phone and you want to go on there, vote for either the Resident Evil. Remember, this is the entirety. So not just the 4 games, the first 4 games we've talked on both franchises. This is the bad games included. This is your dark. Well, not what's it called? Operation Raccoon City, and this is your bloody Silent Hill. Book of Memories. People call it a bad game. I think it's a good game. Yeah, this is every single game in the franchise. Which one to you is the best, Resident Evil or Silent Hill? I know which way I'd vote, but obviously I'm not allowed to. Right, we are going to end this stream. We will read the last few comments. Great, once again, thank you very much, matey. And great stream, good laugh. Thank you, bud. And also, we should also thank my partner for breaking her vow of silence and destroying it with biscuits. So the real horror was biscuits. That's what we need to take out of this. Resident Evil, hands down, best with plenty of variety in the games. Let's see. Get your vote in, mate. Right, anyway, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much. We're going to have 2 seconds of looking at all this with all the games missing out of them. We're about to take them out for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Cheers, everybody, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you. Oh, and they've moved the button to stop streaming. Am I sure I want to stop streaming? Yes, I am. Night transfusion.